Hi, how are you tonight? Good. I'm happy to hear that. So, this is your first time here at the sleep clinic? Okay. Have you been to a sleep clinic before? That's okay. We will guide you through everything and take good care of you, okay? Okay. So before we get into some details about you and your sleep habits, I'm just going to take a few details from you, if that's okay? Okay, great. Your first and last name? Okay. Your date of birth? Okay. And your phone number? Great, thank you. I just need an emergency contact. And how do you spell that? Okay, great. And do you happen to know the phone number? Great, wonderful. Now, because this is your first time at the sleep clinic, we will be doing a little bit of intake information, some background on you, your history, before we get into actually helping you get to sleep and helping you relax, okay? So our goal here is not just to help you relax while you're here with us, but while you're at home. So we want to teach you techniques and ways to help your sleep get better all the time, okay? Okay, so we intend for you to be able to come here only a few times before sorting out whatever issues it is that you're having. You shouldn't have to come here long term. We do have some clients or patients come back after months or years because they have new stresses in their life or something new that's causing their insomnia. So I do have some questions, okay? Okay, so why is it that you decided to come to the sleep clinic? Okay, that's very common. Would you say you only deal with trouble falling asleep, or do you also wake up throughout the night? Okay, so that's not your biggest concern. Okay. Great. Now, how long would you say that you've been dealing with this? Okay. Okay. Now, are you sleeping next to someone? Have they noticed any issues with your sleeping? Any breathing problems, nightmares, anything like that? No? Okay. Have you noticed anything with them? Any snoring, anything? Them moving around, jolting, things that could be keeping you awake? Okay. So when you first noticed that you were having trouble falling asleep, did anything change in your life? Okay. Okay. Was that a stressful experience for you? Okay. Yes, we do keep the windows open here. We find that the natural night sounds of crickets and some breeze helps to relax most of our patients. I'm sure you've noticed we are in a private room, so if you prefer not to have those sounds, I can shut the window. Do you mind? Yeah, okay, we'll keep it that way for now. If you get cold or you prefer complete silence, please just let me know. Okay. Now, do you drink caffeine? And how much would you say you drink daily? Okay. And what time around would you say? At the same time every day? Before 10? Okay. So I wouldn't think that would have anything to do with your sleeping. Do you eat before bed? Maybe like 2 to 3 hours before you decide to get into bed. Mm-hmm. Okay, and what kinds of things would you normally eat before bed? Okay. One thing I would recommend is that eating before bed is usually something that keeps people up. It can make you have trouble sleeping because of digestion, any kind of irritation or reaction to foods. It can be something very minor. And if you're eating something like that, I can understand the cravings at night. But if you do need a snack within 3 hours of bedtime, I would recommend something with high protein levels that helps to level out your sugar and helps you get a more solid night of sleep. So anything like peanuts, almonds, things like that are things that I would recommend, okay? They will fill you up pretty quickly and they will help you remain feeling full throughout the night, okay? Now, would you say that you drink enough water throughout the day? Okay. So how many 8-ounce glasses would you estimate that you get roughly per day? Okay. And do you spread that out throughout the day? Is that more in the morning or in the evening? Evening. Okay. Now you said that waking up throughout the night isn't your biggest concern, but it does happen. I would recommend trying to spread your water intake out throughout the day rather than having it mostly in the evening. That can definitely cause you to wake up throughout the night, to have to get up to go to the bathroom, and kind of shift what should be a solid night's sleep, okay? Okay. Now, do you have any other health problems that I should know about? Any heart conditions, anything like that, diabetes, anything serious? Okay. Okay. And are you on medication for that? Okay. And when did you start that medication? Okay, so that shouldn't be what's causing your issues. Now what about any kind of mental health disorder? Have you been diagnosed with anxiety, depression? But you're not on any medication for that? Okay. Okay. Do you find that when you have trouble sleeping at night that you are feeling stressed, anxious, you can't stop your mind from running? No? Okay. Now this is going to be a question that you may not want to answer truthfully, but I would recommend that you do. Now, how long before you go to bed would you say you stop looking at your phone? Okay. So your phone and all other electronics should be off at least an hour before your head hits the pillow, okay? I know it's very hard. I know we want to be in our bed on our phone checking things before we fall asleep, but not only is the blue light that emits from our phones very wiring, but it can kind of fool your brain into thinking it's daytime. It can restrict your melatonin development and really cause issues with falling asleep. That light really mimics the light of the sun, and it can make your whole brain, your eyes, everything believe that it's daytime and that you should feel and be awake. So that could be something that is definitely getting in the way of your sleeping. But we do find it very important to cut out distractions, TV, and phones, and electronics in general. Yeah, so we know that some people do like having a clock radio or some kind of music or sound playing, and that's totally fine. But those things can be set up on a timer or set up before you go to bed, before you turn the lights out, and those few moments may not cause such a hiccup, but if you're on your phone scrolling through social media, not only is the light going to create an issue with your sleeping, but just the impact of social media, news, things that are stimulating or frustrating or anything can keep you awake and prevent you from relaxing. Honestly, no. We would recommend, if you're going to do something before bed, that you do read a book, or maybe a Kindle, because they do have the screens that do not emit that light, but we do recommend that you don't have anything stimulating before bed, at least a half an hour before. If you are going to do something, we do recommend, like I said, reading a book, newspaper, something like that, but we find that even reading a book, which for many people can help you get to sleep, can also keep you awake if it's something interesting you don't want to fall asleep, and it can cause your first sleep cycle to be very jaggedy. I guess that's not a very scientific term, but it can also cause issues. Yeah. Okay. Have you ever taken anything for sleep before, whether it be a prescription or an herbal supplement? Melatonin. Yes, it's very common. We find here that melatonin, although helpful, is not a great option in the long run. If you are struggling with lack of sleep due to jet lag or high stress, or maybe you had to wake up, at 2 hours earlier for a week, those kinds of things, we find melatonin can help you get back into a routine. It can take you from, going to sleep maybe later, now going to sleep earlier. It can help you kind of readjust. But in the long term, we find that it doesn't make that much of a difference. So I would recommend only taking it when you do have those nights where, you can't get to sleep at the right time, where you maybe have been away for the weekend, things like that, and you're trying to get back into a routine or a schedule, okay? Now, one thing we do use here, you can 100% opt out of it if you aren't comfortable, but we do use CBD. CBD oil is perfectly safe and perfectly legal. Although it does come from cannabis, it has no THC or psychoactive properties to it. So it really just helps with relaxation and anti-inflammatory and things like that. So we do find that it helps a lot of people. It is a liquid that goes underneath your tongue, and it kicks in rather quickly, and we definitely find a lot of people respond well to it. It is not something you have to take. We don't have to start that tonight. You can always ask me about it in the future if you'd rather wait. It's not something that will come back on any kind of a drug test or anything like that. You don't have to be concerned, okay? So, is that something you would be interested in, or you want to, think about it and come back to it maybe? Okay, that's totally fine. Now, is there anything that you know of that helps you get to sleep? Drinking warm tea, warm water, warm milk, listening to music, listening to a certain sound, maybe white noise. Okay. Okay, I will make a note of that, white noise. Now, have you ever listened to ASMR? Yes. Okay. So we like to use that also as a way to help our clients get to sleep. We do find that sometimes if you're watching on your phone or computer, that blue light can also be triggering. So we do recommend listening rather than watching sometimes. A lot of the ASMR artists use things like Spotify to give you that ASMR feeling without actually having to watch. I know a lot of triggers are visual, that's great, and we totally think that's fine. If that's what works for you, then we can work with that. But we find that a lot of people who do fall asleep from ASMR that is visual tend to wake up later on throughout the night instead of having a steady sleep throughout the night, okay? Were there any ASMR triggers that are particularly useful for you to help you get to sleep? Okay, so it's more for relaxation. Okay. We can always, circle back to this. Yeah. Okay, great. So that's it for the questions I have for you right now. I may ask some later, or just be interested in things based on what we're doing, okay? So, first you said that white noise is something that helps you get to sleep. So I do have a fan here that has a level that is very quiet. It is too much for some people, it's not enough for others, but I can turn it on and we can see how you feel about it, okay? Okay. How's that? Yeah, it's okay for now? Okay, great. So we'll keep that going for now. If you want me to shut it off, I can. Okay. I know the cool air also helps a lot of people get to sleep. Our body temperatures do rise while we're sleeping, so cool air tends to help a lot of people. Yes. So, can I offer you any water or anything before you go to bed? If you do want to sip, anything? No? Okay, great. Now, you did bring some items from home. I see you've brought a lip balm. So go ahead and apply that now. I'm the same way. I need to have some kind of lip balm on in order to get to sleep. Yes. Yeah. You also brought your own pillow, I see. That's great. Yeah, we do have specific pillows here that are meant to cool and relax, but lots of people do feel most comfortable with their own pillow that they're used to. It can also help take the tips that we give you here and apply them at home. It can feel more familiar. Yeah. So you have your pillow, you have your lip balm. Is there anything else I can get you? Anything that you've had at home that might make you feel more comfortable? No? Okay. So what I'm going to do is try some ASMR triggers and just methods that help some people get to sleep, okay? So first we're going to start with face touching. Okay, is that okay with you? You don't mind that I touch you? Okay. Okay, great. I'm just going to apply some hand sanitizing lotion so that my hands aren't too rough and they're nice and clean, okay? So we're just going to gently touch the face. Fix the hair behind your ear. Your skin is very smooth. Feeling good, relaxed. If at any moment you'd like me to stop, move on to something else, please do let me know. Okay, we don't want to do anything that would make you uncomfortable. We don't want to reverse any relaxation we may have helped with, okay? Next up on my list, we are going to try a light trigger. Okay, is that something you're familiar with? Okay, let me just grab my light. Okay, so I have my light here, and what I'm going to do is move it all around, okay? And I just want you to either follow it with your eyes, keeping your head still, or what you can do is look at me, you can look at the wall back there, you can focus anywhere you like, whatever helps you relax the most, okay? Okay. Now, how did those two triggers make you feel? Was one more useful or more relaxing than the other? Face touching, okay. Good to know. Now, what I would recommend, if that is something that works to relax you, is that I know it won't actually feel like someone is touching your face, but if you watch ASMR at home, things like skincare routines, roleplay videos, it can give you that same feeling, that same tingle and relaxation, even at home, even through a screen, okay? But what I would recommend is don't do it right before you're going to sleep, maybe 45 minutes to a half an hour before. Turn the brightness on your phone or your computer as low as it will go, okay? Yeah, and that can help kind of recreate that feeling when you're at home, alright? Okay, now I don't want to kind of reawaken you after you've started to feel sleepy. So what I'm going to do is leave you for a while. We'll see if you stay asleep. If you have any issues, there's a button next to your bed, and you can click that at any time, and me or another staff member will come in to help you get back to sleep, okay? Okay, now I do see that on your initial form that you did request an eye mask. Okay, now this will be something that you take home with you, okay? What we have here is a silk eye mask, so not only will it block out any light that may seep in under the door or through the window, but it's also very good for your skin. It's antimicrobial, it is very stretchy, so it'll fit around your head, even if you decide to wear your hair in a bun or anything like that. So would you like for me to put this on for you before I step out? When I do open the door, there will be light that comes in. I don't want that to bother you, so you want the mask on now, okay? No problem. So I will say goodnight to you. I hope that you have sweet dreams and a solid, sound night's sleep. And like I said, feel free to hit your button at any time and one of us will come in to help you, okay? Okay, and in the morning, we will provide you with a diagnosis of how your sleep went, and give you some tips for things at home. If we feel it is necessary, we will ask you to come back another time, okay? Well then, good night.